Right, we are a month or so away from Timothy taking all of our money because the iPhone event is coming very soon. And not only are we seeing the iPhone 13 series, but also a slew of other products. And so let's delve into everything we're expecting to see at this massive event. But first, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so as I've said, we've heard about many products launching at the iPhone event, but it does seem to be too many in my opinion. Because not only are we seeing the iPhone 13 series, we're also getting the Apple Watch Series 7, the iPad 9, the iPad mini 6, the MacBook Pro, and AirPods 3. That is a slew of products, and I doubt Apple's going to have a massive event covering all of them at once. Since, of course, number one, that would be a nightmare for the press, but also number two, there's going to be products fighting for attention, so they're better off releasing these at two separate events instead. And so which products are making the cut to September in my opinion? Well, of course, the iPhone 13 and the Apple Watch Series 7 are a given. They nearly always release in September, so yes, I do think we will see those. But of course, since there are 6 rumored products, using my big brain math skills, we should see 3 each at the event, and so that means there needs to be one more release alongside the iPhone and the Apple Watch at the September event. And well, I have a feeling this might be AirPods 3. Now yes, I know many of you guys might say that in the past, I've made it pretty clear that Apple doesn't release AirPods at actual events. For example, AirPods 2, AirPods Max, AirPods Pro, all of those were announced via press releases, and so it just makes sense that AirPods 3 follows suit. But this year might be an exception because number one, we have credible sources like Mark Gurman and Dylan DKT saying AirPods 3 are releasing at the iPhone event, but also unlike the other rumored products, AirPods are an accessory to the iPhone, and so I can see Apple doing a big brain move and releasing Apple Watch, AirPods, and iPhone together so you buy all of them and Timothy makes a ton of money. So yes, I could be completely wrong about this prediction, but I do think iPhone 13 series, Apple Watch Series 7 and AirPods 3 are going to be the final releases for the September event, and then the iPad 9, the iPad mini 6, and the MacBook Pro at their own October event. But anyways, let's now delve into the 3 products we're going to see at the iPhone event, and that begins with the iPhones themselves, the iPhone 13 series. Now yes, I know we're still deciding between iPhone 12s and iPhone 13. I don't care, it's just a name, and iPhone 13 is easier to say, so yes, I'm gonna go with that, but I could be completely wrong about the name. But anyways, the first change you might notice is the smaller notch. It's something we've been asking for years now, and finally, we're gonna get it on the iPhone. And by the way, Apple's achieving this through some game-changing technology. They literally move the earpiece to the top, and that's it. Why couldn't they do this before? I don't know, but now we have it on the iPhone 13 series. So yes, I'm very happy the notch is finally getting smaller, and I hope the battery percentage is put back in the top right with the smaller notch. Anyways, the next big external change are the diagonal cameras. I'm still not a fan of it, it looks a little odd to me, but either way, you can flex to your friends that you have the new iPhone with this new camera design. Oh, by the way, the cameras on both Pro models are getting much larger because basically all the upgrades we saw with the iPhone 12 Pro Max are coming over to the regular iPhone 13 Pro this year, so there won't be a disparity between both Pro models, which I'm very glad to see because you're paying $1,000 for that base Pro, so you should get the best cameras possible in my opinion. But anyways, the rumored camera upgrades are this. We're going to see a new wide-angle camera with an f1.5 aperture and of course, sensor shift stabilization built across all models and not just the Pro Max, which is going to make videos and photos much more stable, so that's always a great thing. And as for the ultra-wide, there's going to be some massive improvements there too, because we're getting autofocus at last on the ultra-wide, which means it's going to be much better in terms of quality, and also the aperture is going to be f1.7 now, so it lets in more light, which should improve night mode photography on the ultra-wide lens on the iPhone 13 series. And as for telephoto on the Pros, we've heard about better optical zoom coming to the iPhones. which is very much needed because the iPhone 12 Pro Max pales in comparison to the S21 Ultra and other Android flagships, which offer up to 100 times zoom. That's a massive upgrade over the 2.5 times zoom we see on the iPhone today. So yes, I am looking forward to these optical zoom improvements, though do note the periscope zoom lens a lot of Android phones use won't be coming to the iPhone till 2022, so whatever these optical zoom improvements are to the iPhone 13 series are going to be pretty minor in my opinion. A few other upgrades include portrait video on the Pros, using a second generation LiDAR sensor, and also we're going to see astrophotography modes, which again I think will only be available on the iPhone 13 Pro series. So yeah, those are all the camera upgrades. Let's now move on to the next big upgrade coming to the iPhone 13 Pro series, and that is the LTPO display. So this LTPO display allows for a big feature a lot of you guys have wanted for years, and that's ProMotion, because now the display will be able to variably refresh between 1Hz and 120Hz, so that means you get the buttery smoothness of 120Hz without obliterating the battery life, which is always a good thing. And also, because the display can scale down to 1Hz, that means we're seeing an always-on display on the iPhone 13 Pro series, something similar to the always-on display we have on the Apple Watch. That's a massive upgrade in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to seeing that with the iPhone 13 series. As for other upgrades, we should see the A15. It should be slightly more efficient than the A14, but the improvements won't be that massive because it's still a 5nm chip, but I'm not complaining because the iPhone 12 is not slow by any means, and so the iPhone 13 series being slightly faster really is not a massive issue. Other upgrades we've heard about includes Wi-Fi 6E, larger batteries, no Touch ID unfortunately, 25W charging, and also mmWave 5G support in more countries. I'm probably forgetting something, but that's all I can remember about the iPhone 13 series, and yeah, on the whole this is a pretty nice upgrade. But let's now move on to the Apple Watch Series 7, and basically the only upgrade here is the new design. Everything else seems to be pretty boring incremental improvements. So let's first delve into the design. This is a mix between the iPhone 12 series and the flat edges, and the rounded design of the current Apple Watch. So this mix allows the Apple Watch to be comfortable when wearing, but of course, you now have flat edges like the iPhone, and they look pretty nice. As for colors, we've only heard about a green Apple Watch. It should be a very similar hue to the one found on the iPad Air and the AirPods Max, and yeah, it looks pretty nice, but personally, I still want an orange Apple Watch, so please, Timothy, make that happen. Now, as for the other upgrades, well, as I said, they're pretty minor, because apparently we're seeing thinner bezels and a new lamination technique that brings the display closer to the front cover, but I doubt you're really going to notice that. And as for the other upgrades, we should see better ultra wideband support, a faster processor, better wireless connectivity, which means we could see 5G on the Apple Watch, which would be a very bad idea, but I guess it could happen. And there's rumors about a bigger battery, but we have no idea on the actual capacities. And yeah, that's about it for the Apple Watch. There are no health improvements this year, they've been pushed back. So yeah, this Apple Watch seems to be focused on the design and nothing else. Anyways, let's now delve into AirPods 3, and we know so much about these, so let's delve into the extensive details. So obviously the big thing with AirPods 3 is the new design. It should be a mix between AirPods 2 and AirPods Pro, so you get the universal fit without silicone tips that some prefer, but of course with the pressure vents we see on AirPods Pro. We should also see a slightly smaller case, spatial audio support, better battery life, wireless charging as standard, and all this for $150. So yes, Apple's gonna give us all these upgrades for a cheaper price. That's insane, but yes, I'm looking forward to getting AirPods 3 in the hand. I really am in dire need of an upgrade because my AirPods last for 30 seconds and then just die. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little, but they are pretty bad. And so yes, I will be buying AirPods 3 on day one, and I'm looking forward to the new design. So yeah, those are my predictions on the releases we're going to see at the September event, and do remember the date for the actual event is already leaked. It should be on the 14th of September, so do note that in your calendar because we are getting closer and closer to that date, and I'm looking forward to finally seeing some Apple hardware after months of little to no releases. Anyways, tell me in the comments below your predictions for what we're going to see at this iPhone event. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the icon above on details regarding the Apple Silicon Mac Pro. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.